In the 12th century in Japan, the most powerful military clan was Heike. Heike was not only a military family, but also aristocrats, because their ancestors were the emperors. And another military family was Genji, and their ancestors were also emperor. In 1159, the rebellion called Heiji no Ran broke out. The top of Genji, Minamotono Yoshitomo, confined the emperor, while Tairano Tomomori, the top of Heike, was not in Kyoto. But Heike fought back and took the emperor back, and Minamotono Yoshitomo was killed. But his little son, Minamotono Yoritomo, was not killed, but exiled to Izu. In 1180, when Yoritomo became 33 years old, he started the war against Heike. This battle, Genji vs Heike, is called Genpei War, and this is one of the most important wars in Japanese history. Every battle between them was so dramatic, and everybody knows these battles well. And today I will show you the final battle of Genpei War. It is called the Battle of Dannoura. Heike lived in Kyoto, the capital, and Genji, the rebel army living in Kanto area, chased Heike from the east. And Heike ran away to the west gradually with the Emperor Antoku. Emperor Antoku was just 8 years old. In 1185, the final battle broke out in Dannoura. It is the strait between the mainland of Japan and Kyushu Island, the far west of mainland. The commander of Genji was Minamotono Yoshitsune. Heike's commander was Tairano Tomomori. It was a sea battle. At first, Heike was dominating the battle, but Genji was waiting for the change of the tide. The flow of this area was so fast. When the tide changed, Genji's side started to shoot the boatmen with arrows. In those days, this is totally the violation of the war rules. It was the age of Bushido, chivalry, the code of knight. In the battle in those days, first, both samurais introduced themselves and started to fight. They never shot the people who are not soldiers, but Genji started to shoot the boatmen in the raging sea. The boats of Heike lost control, and Genji dominated the battle. Emperor Antoku, 8 years old, was on the flagship of Heike with the 3 sacred treasures, which is the symbol of the emperor. Finally, Heike realized that they would lose this final battle, and a nun called Nii Ama, who was the grandmother of Emperor Antoku, held the emperor in her arms and jumped into the sea with the 3 sacred treasures and died. Before she jumped off, she said to Emperor Antoku, "We will go down the sea, but there is also the capital and the palace in the deep sea." She was telling the story of the battle at Dannoura. Of course, this ending was not Genji hoped for. At least, they needed the treasures for the authority of new emperor. Actually, they found 2 of them, Magatama, like this one, and a sacred mirror. But they could not find Kusanagi no Tsurugi, the sacred sword. But this sword which the Emperor Antoku was carrying is said to have been the replica, and some people say the real one is in Atsuta Jingu Shrine now. This is Akama Jingu Shrine. The deity of this shrine is Emperor Antoku. The shape of this shrine is that of the legendary palace in the sea, as his grandmother promised him. We cannot take a picture, but you can see the real size statue of Emperor Antoku, who died in the Sea of Dannoura at the age of 8. These are graves of Heike clan. And this statue is Miminashi Hoichi. Miminashi means no ears. No ears Hoichi is a famous horror story in Japan. Hoichi was a biwa hoshi. Biwa is a Japanese guitar. Biwa hoshi were musicians and storytellers. They were normally blind. Hoichi was a blind. This Akama jingu used to be Amida Temple, and Hoichi played the story of the Battle of Dannoura with biwa guitar in the temple. One day, a samurai invited Hoichi to a big house to play the story at night. He went there and played it. Many guests listened to his story and cried to tears. Hoichi was invited again next night. And next night again. The head monk thought it strange and followed him. To his surprise, Hoichi was playing in the middle of the cemetery of Heike samurais and Emperor Antoku, who died in Dannoura. When Hoichi got back to the temple, the head monk wrote Buddhist sutra all over on the body of Hoichi to save him from the ghost of Heike, because ghost cannot see the body on which sutra is written. The night came, and the ghost samurai came to take him to the cemetery. But the ghost could not find the body of Hoichi. But he found the ears of Hoichi in the dark. The head monk did not write sutra on ears carelessly. The ghost samurai grabbed the ears of Hoichi and tore them off and disappeared. When the head monk found Hoichi, his head was bloody and there were no ears. After that, no ears Hoichi kept on playing the story of the Battle of Dannoura for the rest of his life. This is the story of Miminashi Hoichi. How did you like the story of the last battle of Dannoura? I hope you like it. See you soon.